Absolutely beautiful day, and I'm sure everyone would agree. The sun's out, able to think, able to be a bit more positive. A couple of people on here, they're sort of thinking, is this guy a King Arthur lover, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. That's not the issue of yesterday's video. I just basically mentioned that if people do research into King Arthur, that's obvious that they're right wing, and that was what I was talking about. Whether I believe in it or not, that's not the issue. I didn't do the Roman question Q&A on Sunday night simply because nobody was interested, so I didn't bother. Now, one thing about erasing history is that I think it's very much to do with what the people of Britain are doing themselves. So let me give you a point. There's lots of chapels in West Wales that don't display a phone number, don't really tell you when they're open. They keep the chapels and the usage to very much local people. So as those local people start to get older and older, the committees get less and less, congregations get less and less, nobody knows when the church is open. Therefore, that Christian community is on the decline because it's not being inclusive. It's not allowing people moving in or younger people to take part in the Christian faith. So therefore, we see so many abandoned churches and chapels across Cymru, Wales, and this is a huge tragedy. Now, let's see, this erasing history is about people's attitudes changing. So if there's no love for a church which is constructed in the middle part of the 1800s, it's got to be pulled down, the congregations disappeared, we're allowing history to be erased ourselves. There's nobody else you can blame for this. We blame it on ourselves. So the point with all this, history needs to be celebrated. Whatever faith you are, whatever background, heritage, whatever skin colour, whatever, history needs to be celebrated, and it needs to be inclusively celebrated. So if you come to Britain, history, heritage, archaeology is the identity of the people in these isles. And we should celebrate that ourselves, not have the Japanese or American tourist or the Saudi Arabian tourist or the German tourist come over and say, oh, look at that lovely castle, look at that lovely church, blah, blah, blah. We've got to love it ourselves. And we can't live in a land that's in aspic. We've got to know why we want the castles to remain, why we want the churches to remain, why we want Hadrian's Wall to remain. We need to celebrate them ourselves. Tell you a little bit of a story. In the Vale of Glamorgan, I used to work at Cosmester Medieval Village as a volunteer in the 1980s. It was where I wet my wings as an archaeologist. Early, about 1985, 1986, but somewhere around there at that period, year here and there. And I used to love it. There was a sense of discovering the past, people coming along to events and so on. They used to love what we did. And by the 1990s, all that sort of dream was over. All that sort of appreciating history and archaeology was over. Final point today. Don't forget to join and subscribe. Please join and subscribe my channel. Don't leave. Join and subscribe. More of this. The point is, I used to say to people, just 2 or 3 miles down the road, have you ever been to Cosmester Medieval Village? I didn't know it was there. Do you know about Cosmester Medieval Village? Used to say to people in Barry, didn't know was there. So people in the local area didn't know about something that had been paid for by the taxpayer for them, and they didn't even visit it. It was just a tourist thing. Think about it. More to come tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Join, subscribe, like.